The Change is a 2023 British comedy drama series starring, written and created by Bridget Christie for Channel 4. Made by Expectation Entertainment, directed by Campbell, the six-part series is produced by Lisa Mitchell and executive produced by Christie, Nerys Evans and Morwenna Gordon. Joining Christie in the cast are Liza Tarbuck, Omid Djalili, Whitehouse, Dolan and Jim Howick. The show's end credits music is Hares on the Mountain, performed by Shirley Collins and Ian Kersey. The story revolves around Linda, who is a 50-year-old working-class married mother of two. She is having an existential crisis. She is asking the questions of who is she, what is she, and is this it? Convinced she has got early-onset dementia after forgetting what a shoe is called, Linda's doctor informs her it is in fact menopause. Feeling invigorated, empowered by this information, Linda decides to claw back some of the time she spent doing invisible work over the years, to do something for herself for a change. Dusting off her old Triumph motorbike she hasn't ridden in the last 30 years, Linda sets off alone to the spectacular wilderness of Forest of Dean, in search of an identity, a purpose, and a tree she climbed as a child. Along the way she meets an array of eccentric locals, including the infamous Eel Sisters, an angry local radio presenter, and a mysterious man who lives in the woods with wild boars, all the while learning more about her own life and the world around her. The show was announced to have been commissioned in March 2022, produced by Lisa Mitchell and executive produced by Bridget Christie. In July 2022, it was revealed that the series had started filming and that Howick, Djalili, Whitehouse, Tarbuck and Dolan had joined the cast. Later, Susan Lynch was revealed to have joined the cast as an eel sister. Filming took place in location in Forest of Dean. Christie was herself brought up in Gloucestershire, near Forest of Dean, and had in 2021 suffered from some symptoms explored in the series. Now, to say that this is an offbeat and unorthodox series would be an understatement. There were many times when I was watching this show that I thought it was just really odd and strange, and quite eccentric in many ways. In saying all of that though, it's incredibly original, and Bridget Christie has really created something that is definitely different. I can't say though it's a show that really grabbed me. There are parts of it that I could understand and enjoy. There were parts of it that I really felt they were trying to deliver a deeper message. But the characters could be sometimes somewhat annoying and irritating, including Linda herself, who I just found quite a strange, unsympathetic character, and I feel Christie casting herself in the role was probably a bad choice, as she really does lack the acting range to really pull this off. When you see a show with the likes of British heavyweight comedians like Whitehouse and Omid Djalili, you expect to laugh a second, but these two actors are barely in the show. And look, this is less of a comedy and more of an introspective take on one woman's life, as she now deals with the idea of having menopause and looking back on what she's done with her life. Then we have the very odd and strange Eel Sisters, who have a very broad and striking accent that really is hard to sometimes comprehend and understand. Look, the acting is good, particularly from Dolan and Susan Lynch, but they could be quite strange and odd characters at times and quite unlikable at other times. One of my favourite characters had to be Tanya Moody's Joy. She's an excellent actress and I loved her in Motherland. Here, of course, she's a bit more stoic and collected. And Jerome Flynn plays Pigman with a sense of earnest and likability. One of the most annoying characters, and I think intentionally so, of course, is Jim Howick playing the verderer. He's loud, obnoxious, and frankly, misogynistic and abusive, although he does care about the nature in the Forest of Dean. Look, in many ways this show is a social commentary, and it's most definitely unique and like nothing else on TV. It is definitely written from a woman's perspective, and speaks to things like menopause and relationships, and society's general denial of older women. And in that way, it makes some really good points. As I say, some of the characters are charming. I love the setting of the forest. And overall, it's a good story, although, like I said, a bit off the wall. And maybe with better casting, particularly in the lead character, and a more sensical story at times, you could have really had a profound, enlightening, and entertaining comedy drama. Instead, for me, The Change somewhat falls short in that regard. Like I say, there's many good aspects to the show, but I feel it left me more bewildered than entertained or even taking stock on the bigger issues at play. The Change gets a 6.5 out of 10.